Welcome to our journey into conceptualism art. It's a world where artists think big and get creative in unique ways. We're here to explore how art can be about ideas more than just pictures or sculptures. Let's dive in and see how artists shake things up, make us think, and redefine what art can be. Without further ado, let's get started. In art history, many people often find themselves perplexed when delving into art history, particularly when encountering conceptual art. They question, is this truly an art? How did we transition from classical painting to abstract forms and eventually to conceptual art, where installations may present objects or even no objects at all? Moreover, what exactly constitutes conceptual art? And why is it considered art in the first place? Let's delve into these questions and explore why conceptual art is indeed. Conceptualism, or the term, comes from the medieval Latin word conceptualis and from the Latin word conceptus, which means gathering, conceiving, and collecting. Conceptual art emerged as an art movement in the 1960s, offering a critique of the previously dominant modernist movement and its emphasis on aesthetics. This term typically refers to art created from the mid-1960s to the mid-1970s. Art historians attribute the foundation of this movement to Marcel Duchamp, a key figure in Dadaism and Surrealism. Duchamp pioneered the concept of using ready-made objects as artworks, encouraging viewers to seek out unconventional meanings in everyday subjects. Through provocate pieces such as renowned fountain, Duchamp presented art objects accompanied by detailed descriptions elucidating his intended message to the public. So, what is the key concept of conceptualism art? According to Sansana and co-authors, prioritizes the idea or concept behind the artwork over its material form. Conceptualist artists question: 1. Artistic intention and meaning attribution. 2. Visual communication in art. 3. Labor in creative process. 4. Institutional frameworks of art. 5. Public engagement and meaning creation. 6. Artistic hierarchies. 7. Market dynamics in art. 8. Medium-specific tradition and boundaries. Just like all types or eras of art, conceptualism also boasts its prominent artists, among whom Marcel Duchamp stands out as a pioneer. Duchamp's critique and question of the boundaries of art led to the establishment of conceptualism. One of his greatest work, named Fountain, epitomizes his contribution to the movement. The second prominent artist is Joseph Cosset. In his essay, Art After Philosophy, he concurred with Marcel Duchamp's assertion that all arts are conceptual in nature, as art only exists conceptually. Cosset gained fame from creating 1 and 3 chairs in 1965 and 4 colors and 4 words in 1966. Let's talk about some famous artworks. 1 and 3 chairs by Joseph Cosset. When we look at 1 and 3 chairs, we are not drawn to admire its beauty, nor are we presented with a relatable story or figure to be admired. But 1 and 3 chairs demonstrate how an artwork can embody an idea that remains constant despite changes to its element. Fountain by Marcel Duchamp. Fountain is an example of what Marcel Duchamp called a ready-made, an ordinary manufactured object designated by the artist as a work of art. It is the perfect assault on conventional notion of taste, of which he and the Dada movement are best known. Four Colors and Four Words by Joseph Cosset. The red, blue, yellow, and green. The idea behind this is the aesthetic or conceptually relevant to art. Art lives through influencing other art, not by existing as the physical residue of an artist's ideas. The Vertical Earth Kilometer by Walter D. Maria. The vertical Earth kilometer is a solid brass rod that is 5 centimeters in diameter and 1 kilometer long. The rod is inserted into the earth and is embodied in the center by a 2 by 2 meters square of a red sandstone plate. Did you know that although conceptualism and conceptual art were first defined in the mid-1960s, their origin can be traced back to 1917, when Marcel Duchamp submitted a urinal as a sculpture in an exhibition in New York City. This submission was rejected because it was considered immoral, but it prompted Duchamp to question what art is and where its boundaries lie. From that moment, the seed of conceptual art began to sprout. In addition to that, fluxes, Dadaism, black painting, and solid paragraph on conceptual art were also considered major influences on the creation of conceptual art in the movement of conceptualism. As our discussion on conceptualism ends, remember to keep your minds open and your curiosity alive. This is Ralph Joshua Zaromenes, signing off. Good night.